You're rolling. Hey people, got a revelation for you. No, it's no revelation, but it is a neat exercise that I stumbled across and I'm pretty intrigued with. I want to share with you. It's about finding your purpose in life. Do you know what your purpose in life is? Have you ever really thought about it? Does it matter? It matters because people that know their purpose in life are happier people. So I have a little exercise I'm going to share with you in a moment that's going to help you find your life purpose. And it's pretty interesting, so stick with me. I can say without hesitation that everyone has a purpose in life. We all have value and something meaningful to contribute in this world. Maybe we won't be contributing at the level of Martin Luther King Jr. or Albert Einstein or Mother Teresa, but that isn't to say that our smaller scale contribution is any less valuable. Yes, those famous people changed the world with what they did for humanity. But do you think it's any less valuable to help one person at a time? I mean, if a teacher identifies a child that's suffering from physical abuse in the home, and she brings that to the attention of the authorities, and that child is removed from that abusive home, is that any less important than what Martin Luther King Jr. did with his life? If I make it a point to always go out of my way to check on my elderly neighbor because I know he's depressed, because he has no living family and spends most all of his time alone, and often forgets to eat and stay hydrated, is this any less important than what Mother Teresa did for the missionaries of India? And then there's old Albert. Yes, Albert Einstein changed the way we see time and space. He made it possible for us to understand black holes. And although having this new understanding of relativity has led to new technologies such as GPS, I contend that when I listen to the troubles of my patients in the hospital, depressed because they have to be connected to a machine for 4 hours at a time, 3 times a week just to stay alive, that I'm every bit as important as Martin Jr., Mother Teresa, or old Albert. My patients ask, what's the point of living a life so costly, so troubled, and so painful? I listen to them and I remind them that we all have purpose in one way or another. All of our lives have impact on others. Maybe it's one of their own family members that needs them for guidance. Maybe it's their pets that depend on them for their very survival. Or consider this. Maybe it's the person that sits in the treatment chair next to them at the outpatient dialysis treatment center. Maybe this person needs someone to remind them of their purpose, their value, and just how they impact the world. Because I promise you, we all do. In one way or another, we all cause ripples in this experience we call life. Now, I want to share with you a tool. This is an exercise that's going to help you discover what your purpose in life is. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to do anything crazy or anything that's going to take too much of your time, because I know we all have responsibilities and busy lives. It's quick, as in 5 minutes or less quick, and it works for anyone, anywhere. Okay, here we go. There's 5 questions we have to answer. Who are you? What's your name? This is an easy one that we shouldn't even have to think about. If you do, then we really have our work cut out for us. Next, what do you do? What do you love to do? Do you love to write, design clothing, create software, rebuild old cars, or play musical instruments? And I know for some people there may be many things that come to mind, so it may be a little difficult to narrow them down to just one thing. So if that's the case, then try this. Ask yourself, what is the one thing that you feel totally qualified to teach someone right now? This is what you do. All right, next question. Who do you do it for? Think about it and then picture them in your mind. What do they want or need? They come to you and you do this, or you provide them with what? Okay, got it? Okay, next. How do they change or transform as a result of what you do for them or give them? Now, if you have thoughtfully answered each of these 5 questions, you can put it all together in a sort of sentence and you'll have the answer to what your purpose in life is. So here, let me do it for myself so that you can see how it works and you can learn a little more about this stranger you're listening to. Number 1, who am I? That's the easy one. I'm George. Number 2, what do I do? I'm a compassionate and empathetic registered nurse. Number 3, who do I do it for? I nurse acute care renal dialysis patients. Number 4, what do they want or need? Well, in addition to needing someone to safely conduct their hemodialysis treatment while they're in the hospital, they also need someone to understand just how having that sort of diagnosis makes someone feel. They need someone to remind them that their lives still have value and that they still have a purpose in life and deserve to love and be loved. 5, how do they change as a result of what I do for them? As a result of what I do for them, they recognize their purpose in life. They see their own value either again or for the very first time. Okay, so let me put it all together for you in a complete statement. I'm George. I'm a compassionate and empathetic registered nurse. I nurse acute care renal dialysis patients. In addition to needing someone to conduct their hemodialysis treatment, they also need someone to understand just how that sort of diagnosis makes them feel. They need someone to remind them that their life still has value and that they still have a purpose in life and deserve to love and be loved in return. As a result of what I do for them, they recognize what their purpose in life is. They see their own value again or for the very first time. What an amazing tool this is. Just like that, with this simple little exercise, we can understand what we're here for. So what do you think makes this tool so powerful? I'll tell you. Of those 5 questions, only 2 of them are about you. The last 3 are about others. Who do you do it for? What do they want or need? And how do they change as a result of what you do? These all force you to focus on the needs of others. You see, time and time again, experience has shown that when we live life looking towards the needs of others, that the universe will always make sure we're taken care of. Living a life giving and thinking of others and how you can bring them happiness is rewarding. It's purposeful. I promise you, if you look at the happiest people in the world, you'll see that they all have one very important thing in common. No matter what their business is, they make identifying and meeting the needs of others priority in their lives. Happier people make it a point to make other people happy and well taken care of and secure. Okay, because I want to make sure I share with you every last thing I know, I have one more bit I want to talk to you about. The next time you meet someone new and they ask, so what do you do? I want you to do this. Just share with them that last thing from question number 5, how what you do changes the people you do it for. For example, you might say, I enable people to see the world like they've never imagined possible. If your purpose in life is, I help people to determine their proper eyeglass requirements so they can see the world in a way they never imagined possible. Or, I provide people with the strength to go out and conquer the world. If your life purpose is, I serve people the most savory and nutritious meals so they can walk away full and satisfied with the strength to go out and conquer the world. Or, I help keep people alive and safe so they can see their children grow to adulthood. If your life purpose is, I help people find the most appropriate tires that will ensure they're able to drive in any sort of weather conditions and get to their destination safely. and live to see their children grow to adulthood. And then that little line about how what you do changes those you do it for becomes your own personal calling card. And you can use it anytime you need to make a good impression with someone new, because you can rest assured that after you deliver that line, they will most certainly be compelled to ask you, how do you enable people to see the world like they've never imagined possible? How do you give people the strength to go out and conquer the world? How do you keep people alive and safe so that they can see their children grow to adulthood? And then you get to share with them your purpose in life, and you get to help them discover theirs. Hey y'all, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Peace.